Let me show you how I built a stand like this to accommodate and house a normal laptop like this. But this raised the question, how do I get rid of the wood stain on my hands like that? Okay, so material wise, once again, this is quite simple. This is an easy setup, easy to build, and you don't need a lot of material. You can use offcuts, depending on how big you want your stand to be. So what I've done is I've basically taken a piece of wood. This specific one is 30 centimeters by 12 centimeters. And I've only cut a diagonal shape. Well, the distance is based on how high or what angle you want your laptop to stand. But this is the measurements I came up with. I didn't cut it diagonally to make two wedges once again, like such. Let's put it in an angle like so. You can see it properly. Now, between the back pieces, I then put another piece of wood. Now this length of this piece of wood, I'll tell you how I got to that in a second as well. And then for the front piece or the front part, I've got a piece of square wood which I've rounded over the one corner. And the one rounded over corner will be placed upwards to the front like so. Once again with a specific distance between the two sides. Now this is lifted off the top of these two boards, and this would be the wedge where the laptop rests against. So how did I get the angle or the distance between these two boards and the angle at which the laptop should be standing? So let me show you that one quickly. This is fairly simple. It's not difficult at all. Firstly, you get your laptop. Obviously, you can open it to see when you want to type. And then holding it sideways, you simply keep lifting it up. Let's open the screen as well. Keep lifting it up like so. This is a nice old laptop until it desires the desired height or angle that you prefer. Once you've got that, you simply take a ruler from your workbench or table and you measure the distance between the table and the bottom of the back. And also in the front, obviously, you've got a zero distance because it's on the counter. And then you can only measure the length from the back to the front, and then you've got a triangle shape, and that's how you determine the angle. And at the back of the laptop, you'll see that it's got these little foot pieces, rubber foot pieces. So all you need to do is you need to measure the distance between those two foot pieces, because that's a nice grip to grip onto the stand. And the distance of those two foot pieces would be the distance between the two uprights standing on your table like that. And that would mean that the foot pieces would be nice and secure on that, securing a nice grip. Obviously, this would be in front, like so. And if you put your laptop on, this is obviously not assembled yet. You only press down on it slightly. Your laptop will rest on it like that, resting against this piece. So when you cut the thickness or the size of this front piece of wood, make sure that it's not higher, sticking up above your laptop face. So in other words, the thickness of the bottom part of your laptop must be kept into account or taken into account when building this. And then it will rest, and this will not, the rounded over edge will be sure that, or make sure that your hands are not getting hurt by the sharp corners or anything. And then obviously the distance of this piece of wood is slightly shorter than the laptop itself, meaning it doesn't stick past the sides and it doesn't hurt you in any way. And the laptop then steadily stands on top of this. Let's just put this all on a side. And then obviously at the back, I'm going to put in that support as well to keep everything together like so. So that's more or less what it's going to look like. Obviously, we're just going to drill holes from the side, put in self-tapping screws with glue in between. The same in front here. You drill a hole, put glue and self-tapping screws, and then screw it all together. Obviously, the distance of this and the distance of these is all determined by the length or the distance between the foot pieces at the bottom of your laptop. So let me put this together and then we'll come back afterwards. Okay, so everything is connected now, attached to one another. You can see I put some screws and wood glue in the top part here, and I've put some wood filler afterwards and sanded it down. The same on the sides here, where the screws went in, I put some wood filler in and I sanded that down. And this is now a nice and steady structure, so this will work quite efficiently. So let's give it a test. So got the laptop, putting the laptop on top like that, more or less center, nice and steady standing. Now we can open the laptop like so. And like I showed you beforehand, the front part of the laptop here is higher than the wood here. So the wood doesn't bother you at all. You can put your hands nicely up here, work with the laptop. It's a nice angle to work with. The screen is at a nice eye level angle, so you can obviously adjust that according to taste. But this is the main idea. So this works very well. Take this off quickly out of the way. And there you can see it. It's nice and steady. Obviously, the both sides, they're identical. I did put them next to each other beforehand and just sanded them off. And this is what it came out like. So next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stain this whole thing. I'm going to make it a dark ebony color once again, which is basically black, and that will blend in nicely with the laptop. And it would not, it would blend in with whatever environment you've got, or where you want to use it and what you want it to look like. You can paint this, you can stain it, you can oil it, whichever you prefer. The rest of the angles and corners are left sharp because it's not something that's going to be sticking out and bothering you. It's only the front part that I rounded over, like you can see from the side here, like I said beforehand, and that's only for your hands. So I'm going to stain this, and then I'll add a picture just on top like this. This is what it looks like when it's stained. So if you do like this project, once again, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and also if you do wish to support my channel, please have a look at the super thanks icon down below. Until next time guys, thank you very much.